Hey ghouls and goblins, welcome to Goosebumps Reviews, where we take a look at all things spooky. Today we're going to take a look at the most iconic and debatably best episode of the entire classic Goosebumps TV show. That's right, we're going to be talking about The Haunted Mask, written by of course the madman behind Goosebumps, R.L. Stine. Now Stine would go on to say that The Haunted Mask was his favorite story he ever wrote, which is a huge accomplishment given how many iconic children's horror stories he made in the 90s to today. But does this tale about an easily scared girl getting revenge on the people that bullied her still hold up today? Well, let's find out and get to it. Now, for those of you who don't know, The Haunted Mask originally aired on October 27th, 1995, just in time for Halloween, and was based on the R.L. Stine book of the same name. It's about a shy girl named Carly Beth who's constantly teased and scared by her classmates. Determined to get back at them, she steals a terrifying mask from a creepy store. But, since this is Goosebumps after all, things quickly take a turn for the worst when the mask starts taking over, transforming Carly Beth into something, well, monstrous. Firstly, let's talk about Carly Beth. She's such a relatable character, especially if you ever felt bullied or overlooked as a kid. Her desire to finally stand up for herself is understandable, but that's where the story hits us with a classic Goosebumps twist. Carly Beth's journey from fear to power, and then from power to horror, makes this episode super engaging. It's not just about scaring others, it's about the fear of losing control. And that's what makes this episode so creepy. I mean, look at how these kids constantly bully her. With how they treat her, no wonder she wanted to stand up for herself by any means necessary. Here's a fun fact for the lunch scene. According to R.L. Stine's autobiography, the crew was going to use a rubber worm in the scene where Carly Beth bites into a sandwich and finds a half-chewed worm, but Catherine Long insisted eating a real worm to make it realistic, which apparently took 12 takes with a new worm each time, only for the shot to look fake, but I respect Catherine for the dedication. With all this bullying, we get to the mask itself, and man, that thing is iconic. As far as Goosebumps monsters goes, this one feels the most personal. It's not some outside force terrorizing Carly Beth, it's the mask that she chose to become her own worst nightmare. Watching her slowly realize she can't take it off, it's some genuine nightmare fuel. What's crazy is that the mask isn't just stuck to her face, it starts warping her personality, making her more aggressive and reckless. It's such a great metaphor for how we sometimes lose ourselves in the masks we put on ourselves, whether it's to hide from our own insecurities or become someone we think we need to be. And that there, honestly, is such a powerful message to me, which is why the Haunted Mask is one of my favorite Goosebumps monsters of all times for what it represents. At least to me, that's what it represents. Now let's move on to the look and atmosphere of the episode, which to me is still amazing. What can I say? I'm a sucker for practical effects, even if it is cheesy 90s TV effects. The mask itself is so creepy, grotesque, and it perfectly captures that unsettling, organic feel to it, like it's really becoming a part of Carly Beth. There are some shots in it where it looks genuinely really good and convincing. The Halloween setting also adds to these spooky and nostalgic vibes to me. There's just something about watching this episode with the pumpkins lit, the kids running around trick-or-treating, and the leaves blowing that just makes it a must-watch for the season. As for the other masks themselves, they're so horrifying and really cool. They look like they just came out of Hellraiser, which is a huge positive to me. I mean, just look at them. We can't mention the unloved ones without talking about the store owner who owns all of the masks. This guy is your classic creepy Goosebumps adult. He's mysterious, a little sinister, and vague enough that you're left wondering if he knew exactly what would happen. I mean, was he trying to help Carly, or did he just not care? I always love that bit of ambiguity, especially when he speaks about the unloved ones and looks into the mirror after showing Carly how the mask is becoming one with her. We see some scarring on him. That brief glimpse always made me wonder if he was becoming one with the masks, or was a result of the last person who put one on. It's really cool to think about, and it's always had a chokehold on me ever since I saw this episode as a kid. The episode also delivers a pretty solid message at the end. Don't let your fear and anger consume you. Sure, Carly Beth gets the last laugh on our bullies, but in the process, she almost lost herself entirely. It's that classic Goosebumps moral lesson, aside with a side of psychological horror that I just love. So, does The Haunted Mask hold up in 2024? Honestly, yes. It's still one of the best episodes of the series. The story is timeless, the scares are excellent, and the atmosphere is perfect for anyone who loves that old-school Halloween feel. Sure, some of the acting might be a little cheesy here or there, but that's part of the Goosebumps charm. If you're looking for a nostalgic trip back to your childhood, or just a spooky episode to throw on for Halloween, The Haunted Mask is a must-watch. That's it for today's review. Let me know in the comments of what you think of The Haunted Mask. Did it freak you out as a kid? You can also request what episode I should do next, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for more reviews. I've been that Goosebumps guy, and until next time, stay spooky.